Hi everyone, welcome to my next video. I want to thank all of you who have commented and been so very helpful about my driveway disaster. And my gosh, you've all been so encouraging and so wonderful. And I just wanted to share an update. And I'm also going to show you the end result because I'm going to fix it myself. And first, I want to tell you something funny. And it's so ridiculous, it's funny. But I've only lived up here for about 6 years, so I really don't know anybody. And most everyone on my road really keeps to themselves, like me. And that's why we moved up here, so we could be in the woods and kind of lead quiet lives, which is fine. So I was talking earlier in a previous video about putting on an addition for a bathroom and possibly a kitchen combination. Little 8 by 10. And I had noticed a very large sign just a few miles away for a contractor. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to call that guy. And since he lives so close by, it would be really easy for him to stop over and give me a quote, right? Well, guess where this is going? I called him, and I don't know how I do this, but instantaneously I know a lot about a person just the way they speak or the way they look at me or the way they even their mannerisms. And since I was on the phone, all I could hear was his voice. And just the way he said hello, I knew I was going to have trouble. And I can't explain how I knew it. I just did. But anyway, I told him what I was going to or what I wanted to do. And would he be interested in the job and coming out and giving me a quote? And turns out he owns some other property very close to me. And he said, sure, I'll be over at 3 o'clock tomorrow. I've got some other jobs I'm doing estimates for, and I'll stop by around 3, is exactly what he said, around 3. And I said, thank you very much. I look forward to meeting you. So in any event, I parked my truck up the hill so he could park in my new area behind me here. This was the other day before the rainstorm. And I was so excited. I thought, oh, this is great. He's a local guy. He lives nearby. And I don't need the job done until next summer, but if he can give me a reasonable quote, this would be great. So anyway, 3 o'clock came and went, 4 o'clock came and went, 5 o'clock came and went, and now I'm really pissed off. But I do have a tendency to have a temper, and I'm so much better at it than I used to. When I was younger, I was not that great with it. But anyway, no phone call, no nothing. And I realized maybe something happened. Maybe he had a emergency, family situation. Maybe his car broke down. I don't know. And I decided to give him the benefit of the doubt. So now it's the next day, and I had to do some errands. And I drove by his house. Still no phone call, no apology, no nothing. So I parked right out front of his house. Actually, a few yards down, so it wasn't so obvious I was right there. And he answered, and I said, hey, what happened? And he said, what do you mean? And I said, well, you said you'd be at my house around 3 to give me an estimate. And he said, no, I didn't. I said I might be there. I wasn't sure if I could make it or not. Well, right away, I knew that my first impression of this guy had been accurate because he was a damn liar. And I said, no, you told me you would be here around 3. So how come you didn't give me a call to let me know you couldn't make it? And he, gosh, I can't even remember all the excuses. He had this to do and that to do. And I realized this man would have been a nightmare to hire. Can you imagine that? To give someone a deposit for a job and then he either doesn't show up or he's late, or he's missing materials, or he needs more money, a man that has constant excuses and is not dependable. So I said, you know what? I'm really glad I called you because now I know I'll never hire you for anything. And I hung up. And so later I got a text, uh, and he apparently was upset and told me that I had been very rude. And somehow I had upset his children, which makes no sense because I was on the phone with the guy. So how would his children even know what I said? And I realized this man was a problem. And so there you go, another gut instinct. But I wanted to try it out anyway. I'll find someone to do my audition. I'm not worried. I have a bunch of more people to call, but I need a break. I need a break from all these contractors so I can concentrate on the job behind me, which I'm going to talk about now. Thank you so much for all of your suggestions, especially the guy that dumps bags of concrete in the washed out areas and just lets the rain dissolve it. That is such a great idea. I never thought of it. And so I'm going to turn this around in a minute and show you how I'm going to fix it. And I realized that I'm going to use that concrete too to redirect the water. That was really, really helpful. Now, one thing to my advantage, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, if you ever live out in the country, off-grid, always have a 4x4 pickup truck because you can get anything you want and just load it in the back. And my truck has done so much for me. I will never sell it. It's a keeper. It's been paid for years, and I love it. So tomorrow, what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you in a minute, I left this man 2 messages, one the day before and one yesterday. And the one yesterday, I was very nice, very polite, and I said, please do the right thing and know that you need to come back and fix this. Please call me back, let me know, and I would really appreciate it if you do the right thing. And I'm not going to call him again. I'm not going to chase someone and beg and plead because it took me about 6 to 8 phone calls to get him out here in the first place. And I'm not going to do that. I'm 99% sure the guy is not going to call me back because I don't really think he cared when he first came out to do this. And I'm not going to bother. I'm not even going to be angry at him. It's not worth it. But I decided rather than look for someone else and spend even more money with someone else I don't know who might even do it wrong or make it worse, I'm going to do it myself. So what I did this morning was Sheppy and Maggie, of course I take them everywhere with me, and there's a gravel pit, a public town gravel pit not too far away. And I usually stop by once in a while and get a couple of buckets of rocks if there's a low spot in my driveway. And I realized I'm going to go back there and I'm going to get 6 buckets full of gravel. And little by little, I'm going to fill this in. And I'm going to redirect the water and use the idea for the cement. Thank you very much. What a great idea. And I'm going to go, actually I'm going to call the hardware stores tomorrow because today is Sunday. Because all I need is a 6 or 8 inch diameter metal pipe. I need something strong that I can drive over. The drainage plastic ones won't work because I already drove over one to test it out and it totally crushed it. So all I need is like either at a plumbing store, I need about a 10 or a 12 foot metal pipe, 6 to 8 inch diameter. And I'm going to turn this around. And I so want to thank you again for all of your support. And as I show you what I'm doing, feel free to throw out more ideas and suggestions. I'm going to pick up some concrete bags and mix and redirect the water and find out where I can buy a metal pipe. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So when I went to the gravel pit, I just got a few stones, and the water had overflowed from here, having come down this way. And so I think what I'll do is put the stones as a wall with concrete mix right here to redirect the water. And I've already kind of drawn a line with my shovel because I'm going to dig down so that it's probably going to take me a couple of days, maybe longer, but I can do it little by little. And I'm going to put that 10 to 12 foot pipe, 6 to 8 inch diameter, right here. And that's going to be my culvert. And I need to make sure it's angled downwards. And then when the pipe ends here, I'm going to connect it to this, which can continue directing the water down this way. And I might even shore it up with more stones and then pour the concrete mix over it. And I'm really curious what you think about that. And I'm excited because I'm going to fix this myself for absolutely free. And no, I don't want to get into a conflict with this man. He obviously doesn't care. And it's not worth my time, and it's not worth my energy. I'd rather just have a fun day like today and plan how I'm going to fix this. And all this wood will be, this is just the remaining of the wood I need to stack, so this will all be gone. And the trench is already existing. You just can't see it with all the leaves. But I'm excited. I know I can do this myself. And I have to tell you, being disappointed is nothing new to me. And this is one reason I don't like to depend on people. Because things like this happen. And in a way, and I'm going to look on the bright side, in a way this only cost me $1,000. And it's not perfect. But he did the biggest part. Because now I can fix it the way I want it. And this was one of the washed out sections. And with 6 buckets of gravel, I filled in quite a bit already. Just from this morning. And actually, the gravel pit is very close to where I get my water from the public spring. So every time I get water, I'll just get a couple of buckets of gravel and I'll start filling it in there. Or I'll just dump some cement down there and just empty the bags. I so love that idea. Thank you so much. So Monday morning, there's a various selection of hardware stores up here. And I'm not sure if they will sell the metal pipe. But if I can find a plumbing shop, that might be the better idea. And then I will have to dig this down pretty deep. But the good part is this is all still soft, very sandy, mixed with gravel. And it's probably going to take me, I'm going to say maybe 4 or 5 days, little by little, so I don't overdo it. And then I'll put my pipe in and I'll be done. So there you go. And it's funny because I was talking not too long ago in a video about how things will go wrong, because they always do. But there's always a way to make things right. And just to talk about this gentleman again, the reason why I do not want him out here is because already it's obvious that he really doesn't care. And so I would be hoping that he would do a good job. And chances are he might muff it up again. And I don't want him out here. I'd rather just take 3, 4, 5 days with my shovel, me and Sheppy, and just do a little at a time before the ground freezes. And it is November 2nd, so I've got to get going. Thank you so much for the idea for the cement. I love it. And if I had read your comment before I had put this down, I probably would have put cement here. But I think what I'm going to do is sprinkle cement along that part, which is pretty washed out too. So thank you so much, everyone. You never know what's going to go on out here, and this is why I only I tend to just depend on myself. And I know I'll find someone to do my addition, but right now I need a break from talking to people and to making these cold calls. And I just want to take a break from being from dealing with this kind of nonsense. And isn't this ridiculous? Because I'll never use this guy again, and I sure won't recommend him to anybody. But I'm going to tell you something else why I'm so forgiving with people like this, like with the builder and this guy. And this goes back to what I've talked about before. Nothing we do goes unnoticed. And if these people want to be, oh boy, what's the word? They could care less. Well, then so be it. Let them be that way. Because that's all going to come back to them in time. And they're creating their own dynamics and their own future. And I don't know how else to explain it. But if people choose to disregard the needs of others purposely, without a care in the world, then yeah, karma. And it won't have anything to do with me. So that's why I really don't care. Let them be who they are. Lesson learned. And also, when I do find a builder for my addition, which I'm putting on this side of the cabin, I am not going to be giving any money in regards to a deposit until all of the material has already been delivered. And at that point, I will give them maybe half, maybe a third, and then pay them as the job goes. Because you never know when someone's going to take that deposit and never show up again. Sheppy, I wish you'd quit doing that. And I need to fix this too. So there you go. There's a lot of things you can do on your own when people let you down. It's not worth being angry, although I was when I looked out my window and first saw this. And it was a little upsetting because I wasn't sure how I was going to deal with it. But honestly, I'm not going to deal with these people. I'm going to do it myself, do it for free. And little by little, I know the real, a real honest, capable builder is out there. And I'm just going to take my time to find them. So there you go. A disaster that's fixable. So as soon as I get this fixed, I'm going to do another video and show you how I did it. And I'm not sure how deep I need to dig this, but I'm imagining it has to be at least a foot down. Because, actually no, maybe just a foot would be good enough. Because I really don't need to direct the water until the water gets pretty high down there. And it may not happen for a good long while. So there you go. I'm looking for a 10 to 12 foot metal pipe. There's got to be a store somewhere that sells them. And then somehow I'm going to attach it to this. And maybe brace it with a couple of logs. Or some rocks. Or some cement. And send that water right downhill. And actually, I've always enjoyed doing things on my own. Because there's nobody giving me a bunch of crap. There's nobody that can disappoint me like these guys did. And I just take it in stride and just assume that if they do it to other people too, heck, they must not have much of a business going. I don't know. Or they must have a lot of unhappy customers that they have to deal with. And that's not my problem either. So there you go. Thank you so much. This is really a thank you video. And if any of you have any more ideas, that's great, but I think I'm onto it now. And as soon as I get this almost done, I'm going to show you the end result that I did for absolutely free. So, and then what I'm going to do is little by little, I'm going to widen the driveway myself and just get buckets of gravel and fill that in. And I can take these trees down myself. That's pretty easy to do. I was actually thinking of doing it anyway. And make it a little wider and make it go this way. So there you go. Living out in the woods, there's always something to do. And being self-reliant, sometimes things are not as difficult as they appear. And it's just a matter of doing it little by little, being creative. And all I have to do is find a 10 to 12 foot metal pipe. And I'm sure there's got to be one somewhere. So thanks so much, everyone. I appreciate you all. Take care.